Hello there. I missed yesterday's video, unfortunately, so I'm making up. Yesterday was June 19th and I went out and the weather was amazing, guys, I'm telling you. It's one of the best time I remember in St. Petersburg. Well, not the best probably, but the hottest is for sure. And I don't remember really the day that was hotter than that. And I met a friend and we talked a lot and we walked 12 kilometers. Yeah, my legs hurt terribly. So we walked and we talked in English. Almost 3 hours straight we talked in English, so it was good practice. And I also established a lot of good points, made a lot of good points for myself. So I'm going to talk about these points that I made yesterday while talking with my friend. Yeah, first of all, my desires, my ambitions, so to be the best in the field. I think it hurts me. It hurts me a lot because, well, there are some people that are the best, masters, experts, you can call them as you want. So the best. And you can spend all your life competing with them and you won't get even close. You won't get nearly close to them because they are far better than you. They have these skills they were born with. They have skills, they have these abilities, they have more than that. After the skills, they have super strong desire to achieve their goals, and they work hard for 10 years, for 20 years, for decades, and then they get where they are now. And you want to compete, I in this case want to compete with them. And I feel sad, I feel disappointed when I fail, when I'm worse than them. And I should stop it at once. I should stop it because, well, I never liked this phrase, like you should be better than yourself, like yesterday. So you should compete with your own version, should be the better version of yourself. So each day be better than the previous day. And I always hated this because, no, I don't want to be better than myself because, well, it's easier. Just learn every day, just do something, step by step, and you'll be better. That's obvious. It's almost impossible not to be better if you learn, regularly. If you study, if you train, if you work up. Well, it's almost impossible not to improve if you work in the same area for a long time. It's impossible. So why we should set this as a goal? Well, that's what I thought. I should compete with others. I should beat them. I should be better than them. And more than that, the problem was that I wanted to be better in everything. Like in everything. I was very competitive, and I still am. And I think I got this from my father because he's very competitive, and I want to be better. When I studied at school, I wanted to have better grades than my peers. When there was an exam, I wanted to perform better than others, to be the best. Then in sports, I was a football player, as you know, and I wanted to be better, the best forward, best bombardier, yeah, the best. And I was at one point. And in other parts of my life, everywhere. When I first start learning something, for example, history or video editing, whatever, immediately I want to be the best in this area. So when I watch videos or read about different people and I see their results, so it sparks me, it ignites my motivation and my desire and my ambitions to compete with them. So it is my problem because I can't choose one area because that's how you work. That's how you become the best or one of the best. So you choose one narrow area and you work in this area for a long time. You learn, you listen to different experts, you practice, you have experience in this area, you talk to your colleagues and you learn, you travel, you visit different conferences and all of that, and you work and work and work, and other people who know like a lot of things and you, compared to you versus you who knows only this part, this much, but knows everything in this area, and you will be better. And you only compete with people with this area, within the same area. It's easier. And if you work hard enough, and if you have some skills, some talent, maybe you'll be the best in this area. But in others, you're nobody. You're nobody. And I don't like it. I don't agree with it. I don't want to be nobody in something, in anything. I want to be the best in everything, but it's impossible. Sometimes it's impossible to be the best even in one narrow area, because people are simply better than you. They have better skills, better abilities. It's just a fact. You can't deny it. And even if you work hard, for example, you can't be Elon Musk, the second Elon Musk. It's impossible. I think it's impossible. Or the second Steve Jobs. You can become a billionaire, probably, but even a billionaire. So maybe it's impossible for you, for me, to become a billionaire. Even if you wanted really hard and worked really hard. Because, you know, millions of people want to be billionaires. Millions. And only one of them get the chance to become a billionaire. And actually becomes a billionaire. 1 out of million. You know? And it's even more true with all the areas. Well, it doesn't make sense how it's possible to be the best in all areas. But that's what I thought. That's what I always looked for. I don't know. It sounds really illogical. It doesn't make sense. It's stupid even. But this is my nature. I can't do anything about it. I can help myself. That's how it happens. So I should slow down. I should relax. And I should admit that people are good. People are good and they're experts. They're talents. They are monsters, maniacs in every single area. And to be the best requires an enormous amount of effort, time, dedication, learning, practice, exercising, well, a lot of stuff. And if you want to be good, so to be good is much easier to be the best. So maybe in order to be good, you need, so let's say 1 unit of effort, and to be the best, maybe 100 units of effort. So it's relatively easier to be just good at something than the best. And that's the point. I should stop comparing. No, I hate this phrase because I always hated it, but I can't believe I'm saying it now, but that's what I have to do. I should stop comparing myself. But in this sense, I should stop comparing myself to be like them. Because maybe it's impossible. It's impossible for me. There are people that have like incredible talent, incredible abilities. And I admit that. And I can compare, I may compare myself to them just to be better, just to improve, just to know what to work on. And that's fine, but not to be better than them. So that's the point. That sounds really frustrating. It sounds insulting even. That sounds devastating for me, destructive, but I think that's true. That's true. That's really healthy. And I should think about it. I should accept this notion, this mindset. So there are people everywhere that are good, that are maniacs. Who are maniacs? People who are crazy about something. For example, they love languages, and they don't care about anything else. Just languages every day. They learn, they read, they learn, they read, they learn, they watch, they read. So, and like this, they work for 10 years. When you play games, when you watch like Russian videos, or when you talk to your friends, like, forget about friends, let's learn languages. Let's read books. How can you compete with them? Yeah, let alone they have talents in this area. Better talents than you have. Well, yeah, as difficult as it sounds to accept, I should accept it. And it was really helpful yesterday to realize that. Well, in terms of pronunciation, For example, I want to sound like a native, and like as soon as possible, as fast as possible, as soon as possible, yeah. But but it takes some time. I don't know how much it will take. I don't know how much it will take, but maybe 10 years. Well, that's okay. Maybe I never get to the native like point. Never. It's just impossible for me. I don't like this word impossible. You see, again, this notion that nothing is impossible, like what this Adidas commercial. Impossible is just a word. No, it's not just a word. It's a thing. We have limits. So maybe I never get closer to an American-like pronunciation. So that's fine. Maybe I'll try something else. Maybe I'll drop it. That's it. That's all I have. That's all I could do. I did my best. I'm doing my best. So every day I have my goals. Not to be the best, but to achieve something, to take to the next level, for example. And I'm working hard, I'm doing my best. If I achieve it, well, let's move on. Let's go further. Maybe I'll take to the next step, But when I can't go further, well, that's it, let's stop. Let's find something new. In terms of pronunciation, I want to have an American accent, perfect American accent, so that Americans couldn't tell if I'm American or not, if I'm American or non-American. So they can't tell the difference. And I know some Russian guys who claim that. So, and I actually watched a video a couple of days ago when an American professor reviewed a Russian guy with this American pronunciation. And he said, you know what, these guys, it was a 3-minute video. Well, you know what, I'm thinking that, oh, they wouldn't say bad things about you directly because they're very polite. They don't want to be rude. So they say, okay, this guy sounds cool. Sounds like an American kind of. Well, there were some things but I wouldn't notice them if I didn't focus. So he was kind of polite, but again, anyway, he said, this guy sounds like an American. Well, and I know another guy sounds like an American. So I want to be at least like them. And I know some Russians who lived in America for 10 years, for 15 years, and they sound exactly like Americans. Well, this is my goal. I want to achieve it. I want to sound like an American. But again, it takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of effort, practice, mimicking. Well, we'll see how close I get. We'll see. But if I won't, no, if I don't, see, I made a mistake, I'm sorry. If I don't, well, that's fine. I'm a human being. I'm just a guy who learns all by myself, just a simple guy. I'm not a genius. Not genius. Well, I thought that I'm genius for a long time, but not genius. I have maybe some talents, but I love learning languages. English in particular. I'm not genius, just a guy like others. So others tried, they failed, maybe I'll fail. Who knows? And also another thing about fluency. Not even fluency, but idiomaticity, this is called. Like, I wanted to talk like Americans in terms of all the objects, all the stores, like real life situations. How would Americans say this? And you have to know the culture. You have to live for some time, at least in America, to know all the things, all the cultural references, maybe stores, brands, some customs, how this is called. So I thought, to know that, to speak like an American, you have to live there for some time at least. But I don't want to go to America. I just don't. I will have this conversation with my friend, and we discussed different advantages and disadvantages of living in America. And I thought, I made a decision that it's not for me. I don't want to live in America. I don't like it. I don't like it really, like the American culture, the American life. I just don't like it. Yeah, you'll probably be surprised, but I like the language, how it sounds, but I don't like the American life, the American culture, the American movies, contemporary movies, books. I don't like it. I have a different mindset. So I won't go there probably. Probably I won't go. I'm not going to go there. And I think I never achieved this level of fluency and this level of confidence when talking about American terms, American things, American stuff, American business, people, culture, I don't know, movies and all of it, because I won't go there simply. And I should admit this too, because either I won't achieve it or I will achieve it maybe in 10 years, in 20 years. You know, when I've watched like hundreds of, I know, videos, thousands of videos, when I've read thousands of books, I don't know how much. So when I'll be closer. But again, if I won't achieve, it's not a problem. If I'm teaching people that I don't really need to know, I don't really need to be like Americans. I don't have to be perfect. I need to be good enough to teach people, you know, to show them the way, to help them, give them the vocabulary, to give them the method, to give them the course book, materials, you know, help them, support them here and there, motivate them, and all of that. I don't have to be an American. So again, this is my ambition and this is the reality. And if you focus on your ambitions too much, well, you lose this sense of reality. You're losing this sense of reality. You live in your dream, you're building, what is called? There is a word, like castle. Cloud castles in the cloud, something like that. I have this phrase. So you're building castle in the sky, or castle in the clouds. I don't remember. So you're building this imaginary situation. You live in your dreams. It happens in your head. It doesn't happen. It's not happening in reality. So yeah, that's another point. And also this friend of mine, he has some interesting views in life that are very different from mine. We have very different opinions on some things. And we used to argue a lot, you know, really harshly, really fiercely. We used to argue a lot. And he said, no, it's this. It should be like this. And I said, no, you are wrong. This is right. And I was so angry with him. I was so angry. And he was, well, he wasn't angry, but he argued too. So we argued a lot. And I didn't like some of his opinions and views. I thought, no, you're wrong. Stop it. I don't want to be friends with you because you're wrong. Change your minds, something. I was very angry. And now, when we talked again, he brought up some of the topics that I don't like alternative medicine, or flat earth, or conspiracy theories, and all of that. And now, you know, I didn't feel so angry. I didn't feel even upset. I accepted that people have it, and I had a lot of different things in the past and I changed them. Maybe they now have this mindset and they will change it later, or they won't change. You know, I'm more tolerant now. More tolerant now. And we didn't argue really. I said, okay, let's drop it. I know you have this opinion, I have a different opinion, so let's not talk about it, let's not escalate this conversation. Okay, well, fine. So when we joked about it, well, and I see this result I see this thing happening as a result of my friend, another friend who helped me a lot. So thank you if you're watching this video. Well, you'll recognize that I'm talking about you, so that's for you, that's thank you. And you helped me in this. I'm not perfect. I didn't cure it completely, I guess, but now I'm so better now. Yeah, and we talked about it, so I didn't get angry at him. Yeah. And it's really interesting. It's really interesting because some time ago I would be furious. I would have been furious if I heard this conversation. Well, that's it. So what else? What else I discovered yesterday? And yeah, this friend of mine, he has a lot of lessons. No, now I have maybe 10 lessons a month. It's like nothing. I don't know. I'm at this pivotal point in my life. So either I have more students to get more money, or I'm just doing something else. I'm thinking, creating my programs, courses, videos, materials. I don't know. I'm thinking. Because once I get a lot of students, I will have much less time, I will have much less space to maneuver for maneuvering. And yeah, that's what I'm afraid of. Well, but we'll see. I'm good now. I'm learning. I'm taking this course, how to teach English. Then I'm going to take another course. So I want to know how to teach later this year. Well, I'm finishing up my program, so I'll be learning new vocabulary really fast, I guess, and so on and so forth. And thanks for watching. I guess that's it for today. I talked for like 20 minutes or something. Yeah, it was enough for today. Nice talking yesterday. Made a lot of interesting discoveries. And it's not all, to be honest. Some of the things I didn't tell you, but it was very helpful for me. So thank you guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your likes. Subscribe to my channel. And if you don't know, I have a video every day about English, about my life in general, some things in general. So I make a video every day for you and for me because I practice English. Thanks for watching and bye. See you in the next video.